Wednesday, it's the 10th of September. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center, live from Hong Kong. Our top stories today. We'll have those stories in just a moment, but first, in the past hour, French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius has said that all options are still on the table regarding Syria, and despite a petition by Russia for Syria to hand over its chemical weapons, Fabius said that France will put a resolution to the UN Security Council demanding Syria make its weapons public. CNN's senior European correspondent Jim Bitterman joins us now live from Paris. Jim, tell us a little bit more about France's position here and what they're prepared to do.
Well, basically, the way Laurent Fabius, the foreign minister, outlined it this morning.
Very interesting indeed. All right, Jim, thank you very much for that. Jim Bitterman, live for us from Paris. Of course, while that's happening, debate continues in Washington. And, of course, CNN will have live coverage of President Obama's national address on Syria. It happened, and we'll be right back right after this break. You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. The father of a 23-year-old Indian woman who was gang raped and murdered is calling for the death penalty. 4 men were convicted today in the brutal crime that sparked mass protests across the country. Lawyers for the 4 men say they'll appeal the verdict. Sentencing is expected on Wednesday. Malika Kapoor joins us now from New Delhi. And Malika, what happened in court today?
Monita, it was a packed courtroom this morning. The verdict came down at about 12:30 p.m. local time.
Malika, thank you. Malika Kapoor there live for us from New Delhi. Well, this was a case that shocked and horrified the world, let alone the country in which the crime was committed. The victim, who has been dubbed Braveheart, had been to the cinema with a male friend last December. There's Dr. Karen Betty. Dr. Betty, can you hear me? And thank you very much for being with us. The good thing to come out of this case is that more rape cases are being reported, as it was the culture before that it wouldn't be. But are you thinking that this is enough of a deterrent?
I'm not here.
She's not here, right? Did you test the test? Did you talk to her?
Dr. Betty, can you hear me?
Did you, Michelle, you need to talk to her.
Hi there, Dr. Betty. This is Monita Rajpal in Hong Kong. Can you hear me?
I'm not here.
She's not hearing control.
All right, we will check in with Dr. Betty in just a bit, but in the meantime, let's return to Syria. And the U.S. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid has postponed a procedural vote that had been scheduled for Wednesday after the proposal floated by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. An aide says the Russian proposal on chemical weapons is serious and fluid enough that senators do not want to lock themselves into a position on Syria just yet. CNN's Athena Jones joins us now live from Capitol Hill. Athena, now that this potential proposal by the French is going to the UN Security Council, is there a sense that there's going to be more of a delay in Washington?
Good morning, Monita. There could be a big delay here. The thing is that members of Congress are really jumping on this side.
Let's bring you up to date on some of the other stories we're following for you here at CNN News Center. The long-awaited Crimes Against Humanity trial of Kenya's deputy president is now underway at The Hague. William Ruto is at the International Criminal Court. He's accused of masterminding post-election violence in 2007. 4 people are dead, 39 injured after 2 passenger buses collided in Iran. State media report the accident happened just outside the capital, Tehran. Police say one bus had a punctured tire. It then crossed a guardrail and swerved into oncoming traffic. When it hit the other bus, both of them erupted in flames. A UN Commission report says almost 1 in 4 men in the Asia-Pacific region have committed rape. The study, published in the British medical journal The Lancet, interviewed more than 10,000 men in 6 countries. 1 in 10 surveyed said they'd raped someone who was not their partner. That rose to 24% when rape of a partner was included. A Philippine government official says Islamist rebels are holding about 180 people hostage in villages around the southern city of Zamboanga. 6 people were killed in the initial attack on Monday. Security forces are surrounding the villages and are negotiating for the hostages' release. Authorities are not filing charges in an incident involving George Zimmerman and his estranged wife. He's the Florida man acquitted in the shooting death of teenager Trayvon Martin. Shelley Zimmerman phoned police saying her husband threatened her and her father with a gun. Officials say they won't file charges because she changed her story to police. Norway has taken a political turn to the right. Central-right leader Erna Solberg will become Norway's new prime minister. She'll be the first conservative prime minister since 1990. Her party wants to diversify the oil-dependent economy and reduce taxes. Prime Minister Jens Stoltenberg of the Labour Party has conceded defeat. Let's bring you more now on our story, our other top story today. And that, again, the father of the 23-year-old woman who was gang raped and murdered and is calling for the death penalty. As we would just remind you, 4 men were convicted today in that brutal crime that sparked mass protests across the country. Joining us now from our New Delhi bureau is women's rights activist and former Delhi Police Deputy Commissioner, Dr. Kiran Bedi. Dr. Bedi, I hope you can hear me now, and we do welcome you to the show. Thank you very much for being with us. I wanted to start off by asking for one of the good things to come out of this case is that more rape cases are being reported, but is the fact that a guilty verdict has been handed out, is it enough of a deterrent?
Yes, it would be. If the sentence is death penalty tomorrow.
All right, Dr. Kiran Bedi, thank you very much for joining us here on the show. We do appreciate your time. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. We'll be right back after the short break. Beautiful skies over Hong Kong. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Let's get you a weather picture right now, and cooler temperatures. Our forecast for Europe, meteorologist Mari Ramos is at the World Weather Center with more on that. Hi, Mari.
Hey, Monita, that was a beautiful shot of Hong Kong. That looked really pretty. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Europe because, oh my goodness, where did the summer go?
Oh, it's still here. It's still pretty hot here in Hong Kong, so I'm not going to, maybe I shouldn't say that. Shouldn't rub that in. All right, Mari, thank you very much for that. Sure. Now, just call him the king of hard courts. Rafael Nadal won the U.S. Open. The #2 seed beat world #1 Novak Djokovic in 4 grinding sets. You are watching CNN News Center. I'm Monita Rajpal at CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. I'll update you the news headlines in just a few minutes.